Let there be peace and love among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, Namaskar.
If you had to sum up your teaching in 1 or 2 sentences, what would they be?
No teaching, no teacher, no student.
So then what are we doing here today?
To find out who you are.
The first question, Papaji, is who are you?
I am that. From where you, me, she, he, all the rest emerge from. I am that.
Harilal Punja was born in 1910 in a part of the Punjab that is now in Pakistan. At the age of 8, he spontaneously had a mystical experience in which he became aware, for the first time, of who and what he really was. It was a transcendent experience of peace and happiness. For the next 25 years he tried, obsessively, to recapture that early experience through devotion to the Hindu god, Krishna. He had many visions of God, saw many famous Indian saints and gurus, but no one he met was able to give him the direct experience of God that he craved. Then, in 1944, at the age of 34, he went to the ashram of Sri Ramana Maharshi, one of India's most famous and respected gurus.
I had entered the ashram and then all was quiet. All was quiet, and this man is quiet, incarnation of silence itself, not speaking to anyone. But then it was tremendous silence. I never saw anybody so silent, you see. So the people who go there, their mind doesn't enter the hall. He sits quiet and silence was there. So what he taught was to keep quiet.
On the day you finally got it with Ramana Maharshi, what exactly was happening?
I was a devotee of Krishna from childhood. Devotee of Krishna, so that Krishna even would manifest in physical form. I could see with the senses, as I see other things, so much attached. After spending some 4 days in Adi Annamlai on the other side of the mountain, Arunachala, then Maharishi asked me where you had been. I said, on the other side, staying by myself and playing with Krishna. Oh, see, very good, you have been playing with Krishna? Yes, sir, I was playing with Krishna. He is my friend. Do you see him now? No, sir, I don't. So he said, what appears and disappears is not real. It's not real. The seer remained. You saw him, he disappeared. You remain, same seer. Now you are here also. Seer remained. Now find out who the seer is. So it was a word only, no? It was a word. But then it struck me. I became the seer, you see. Some seer I saw. And this seer was beyond all, you see.
As Sri Ramana looked at him, silently transmitting peace, Punjaji suddenly became aware of his own inner reality, the abiding, formless presence which is the source and substance of all that exists. Hindus call this the self, but it has nothing to do with the mind or the personality. It is, instead, the common ground, the continuous presence that abides timelessly and formlessly as the real nature and heart of all beings. For the last 45 years, Punjaji has been helping others to dispel the illusions they have about themselves, so that they too can be aware of that abiding presence that has been his own unshakable experience since the moment of his own enlightenment. His methods are unconventional but traditional. In face-to-face encounters with seekers, he challenges all of their most basic assumptions and drives them back to an awareness of who they really are.
Let there be peace and love among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, Namaskar. Welcome to Satsang. Some friends are very new to Lucknow Satsang, so let me introduce what's going on here. You are here for the first time to something very new. Something very new, and I am not going to give you any method, any way that you have tried, and it has not paid. No one tells you what is here, now. Here and now. Within your own heart. To return to your own heart, I don't think you need any search, any practice, any method. You sit on meditation, you project something, the benefit of meditation, enlightenment, some future date. But who is the meditator? No one knows who is the meditator. You work on meditated upon object of meditation. But this is neither the subject nor the object. It is that itself. And that is already here. I am very happy to go back to my country and to spread your message, laughing, dancing, singing. Papa, a little trouble. After all these months, I still don't know what is your message. Very good. You tell him. This is enough for you. It's better not to know the message. Then you will hold on. You will read my message if I give you. This is my message. Then you will read this message to everybody, and that will become a religious book. as the books have become. Therefore, I don't give any messages. What message do you need? To have any teaching is preaching. Teacher has no teaching, no method, no way. To know thy own self, you don't need any teaching. What you really are, always you are that itself. No one is going to teach you. You have to realize who you are, here and now, this moment.
Papaji, people in the West are being continuously bombarded with spiritual advice. All kinds of gurus and groups are telling Western audiences, join us and you will be happy. What exactly is different about your message, and why should anyone listen to it?
They advise the people to destroy them. To destroy them, and I tell them to reject those teachers and preachers and come to me. I will give you good advice. Don't listen to anybody's advice, neither to my advice. Peep within you and listen to your own voice. What do you hear? Don't listen to any advice, because any advice belongs to the past. So there's no advice to know thyself. So don't listen to anybody's advice. You keep quiet. This is the best advice. I give advice, keep quiet. Don't think and don't make any effort. This is my advice. And if you follow it, you have done very well for you and for everybody and all the beings of the world.
So following any advice, except the advice, be quiet, takes you away from the self and not towards it.
Of course it has, because it takes you to the past.
Many people have tried to be quiet, to be still, and they haven't succeeded. What are they doing wrong?
To give up the intention to keep quiet. If they can't keep quiet, give up the intention to keep quiet, then what will happen? There's no object in the mind, no person, no thing, no concept that can return you happiness and peace of mind. So I just tell them, give them this information. Don't look here, there, anywhere. Peace is within you and within the heart of all beings. So you keep quiet, don't look anywhere, don't allow your mind to abide anywhere, and you will see that it is peace, happiness itself. That is the fundamental truth, and every being in the world is happiness itself.
Papaji, I think that most people who come to see you would say that you're giving out something more than information. Almost everyone who comes to you feels that there is some power, some grace in your presence, and that this power and this grace enables them to find out who they really are. Do you have any comment on this?
Definitely, I am pointing out at their own self, which is the fountain of the grace, of love, of beauty. Here rises the love and peace also. Just point them out. Look within yourself for 1 second, and you will not search, not find. You will see that you are peace itself. धन जो बन का गर्भ न कीजे, धन जो बन का, धन जो बन का गर्भ न कीजे, Jhutha pach rang chol re. This body, combination of 5 elements, is false only. So don't be proud of it, of your youth, of your skin beauty. Sona mandar mein diya jalai, diya jalai. Asan se mat dol re, tohe piya milenge. In the emptiness of temple, in the heart of Chidakasha, there is a temple. No one stays there. No one can enter there. And there you go and enlighten, ignite the flame. And then you enjoy with your beloved. Why? What will happen? Asana se mat dol re, tohe piya milenge. Don't loosen your firm asana, firm decision. I have to meet my beloved. Don't look here, there, backward. And you will be successful. Directly looking into your own self. Directly looking into your own self. This is how the inquiry is, who am I?
What is important for a seeker who sincerely wants to be free?
Most serious thing that one should, for the seeker, is to seek freedom alone. Only freedom. So as you say, you are burning for freedom, this alone is enough. Keep up this fire. Keep up this fire, it will burn everything. Everything will burn in this thing. Mind also will burn in this thing. Whole universe will be consumed in this like wildfire in the forest, you see. Wildfire, conflagration in the fire is caused by itself in the forest. By rubbing one tree against the other tree, the fire is there. So that fire eats away the whole forest and finally itself keeps quiet, you see. Yeah. So keep up this fire. This fire generally I don't see in any face. I don't see this fire in any face. There's fire to have things, fire for persons, fire for objects. That fire I've seen. But fire for freedom is yet to be seen. That's a very different fire. It doesn't burn. It doesn't harm a person. So it rises here and there. Very rare person will have this fire, okay? Welcome. Keep it up, you see. And pour more benzene on it.
Do we need to believe in anything, Papaji? Do we, for example, have to believe that the Guru's words are correct? Do we have to believe that we can attain freedom? Do we have to believe I am already free? What are the minimum number of things that we have to believe in?
Yes, of course. You need faith. Faith in your own self, that I am free. If you at all want to believe in faith, this is the best faith you can have. I am already free. When you can have a faith, I am suffering, I am bound, why not to have the best faith, then I am free? What difference does it make? It is the I am in you which is always free. When I speak, you are already free. It's not that your body is already free. That's how you mistook it always. So it is that which is already free. I am that I am. Keep still and know I am that I am. That's all.
What brought you to Lucknow? Why did you decide to come here?
I was looking for the truth, I can say.
And when you came, what happened?
I sat in front of him and all my body felt his immensity. And then I told him that I feel a lot of pain. And then he told me, when is your pain now? And in this moment, the mind dropped. I dropped myself. I was no more there. And what was there was something totally else. It was just it. It was just, yes, this is who I am really. This is who I am. I need nothing else. Nothing else matters. And this was so much love there, and happiness and peacefulness.
Images on a screen. While the action is taking place, we all forget, temporarily, that we are merely watching a display of colored lights. We take the figures to be real and become engrossed in the little dramas of their everyday lives. Occasionally, we become aware that we are watching, that the pictures are not real, but they are just images on a screen. When this happens, we subconsciously differentiate between what is real and what is unreal. The man watching in his chair assumes, I, the observer of this film, am real. The pictures on the screen, they are not real. Now step back one stage further. Here is a new film. The original observer and the film he was watching are both now displayed on the same screen. The observer, who formerly thought himself to be real, is now just as unreal as the film he was watching. Now, what is real about this picture? What here is permanent? What remains unchanged while all these pictures come and go? It is the screen. Your own self, your own reality, is the screen upon which all the unreal pictures of the world are displayed. All the pictures on the screen, including the form and the person you take yourself to be, are supported by the screen of your own self. When you recognize yourself to be the substratum, the screen, and not the name and form which appear upon it, you are free. Okay. If there is a fire in the movie, it will not burn the screen. If there is water, the screen will not get wet. When you discover who you really are, when you discover that you are the screen of consciousness and not the images that appear upon it, you are untouchable, indestructible. You are free.
Papa, you speak about freedom. What is freedom?
Freedom? a trap. Because bondage, you are in the trap. A man who's imprisoned in the jail, he needs to be free, isn't it? He's trapped in the jail. He has heard, he knows, some people are free outside, no? So this you have heard from outside, from the parents, no?
From the
Priests, from the teachers, preachers. Come to us, we will give you freedom. Come to me, I will give you rest, isn't it? That is the promise. And this is another trap. This is another trap, from one trap to another trap. Now you are trapped in the freedom trap. You should be out of both these traps, neither of bondage nor of freedom. Because this is a concept. Bondage was a concept. Now, concept of freedom. Get rid of both these concepts. Then, where are you?
Is what you speak of enlightenment?
Enlightenment is the knowledge itself, not knowledge of persons, things, ideas.
Pure knowledge.
Only knowledge, not a word. Only knowledge, where does not exist anything, no imagination of the past, no imagination of the future, not even the present.
I can't imagine a state with no imagination.
That's what is called bondage. That's what is called bondage, and that's what's called suffering, and that's what's called samsara. And if I tell you, do not imagine, don't have any imaginations right now. Imagination is images, no? Image. It has come from images, imagination. You are thinking of the images, and all images belong to the past. Don't recall the past, and don't aspire anything of the future. Imagination goes. Imagination is out of the mind. Mind is past.
Papaji, you say that enlightenment is a very easy thing to discover, and yet I have heard you say many times that the number of people who have fully woken up to their own selves can be counted on one's fingers. If it is so easy, why do so few succeed?
It's so easy because you have not to work for it. It's so easy, you have not to go anywhere. You have not to go anywhere. You have to stay quiet. Therefore, it is very easy to attain freedom, is very easy, but it becomes difficult. The people say difficult because they are otherwise engaged. So to give up their attachment to other things is difficult. Not the freedom is not difficult. To disengage yourself from other attachments may be difficult. That you have to decide once upon a time, now or next life.
My first impression was a kindly, gentle, elderly Indian man, and who was quite beautiful. And I came and saw him and then left and asked a few questions and went to Europe and then came back again. And the next time something different happened. Suddenly the whole world and everything that I had ever known before disappeared and never to reappear again. Just absolute awe. It was as though it felt like the knowledge of everything was there. The sense of an I has disappeared, and functioning just happens. Before there appeared to be a choice, but for there to be a choice there needs to be two. There has to be a chooser and a choice, and that doesn't exist. How can there be a choice when there's only one, and not even that? Speaking or not speaking, how can one say who one is? It isn't possible. They say, I am that I am. Who can understand that? Everybody appeared beautiful. And in Lucknow here, it's a dirty, filthy place, and it smells. And when we first came here, what were we doing here? And now it appears beautiful. Even the pigs appear beautiful.
There's so many kinds of meditation that are practiced, and so many of them rely on looking at phenomena, watching breath, seeing thoughts arise and fall. What is meditation?
What you are speaking is not meditation, that is concentration. Not meditation. You are speaking of concentration, not meditation. Meditation means not to concentrate on any object. It's called meditation. Not to bring in any object of the past in the mind, and do not use your mind. That's called meditation. Don't use your mind. That's called meditation. And where the mind is used, that's called concentration, because mind will only cling to some object that belongs to past. And have you been told to meditating without the aid of the mind?
That's a hard question to answer. Most meditation that I've done involves techniques for dealing with thoughts that arise, but the point of the meditation seems to be a thoughtless state, a state where no thoughts arise.
Yes, that's called meditation. Where the no thoughts arise, that's called meditation.
But thoughts arise. Inevitably, thoughts arise. How do you deal with thoughts that arise?
I will tell you how to deal, and then I will know how the thought arises, okay? You will tell me. I think you can devote me a time equal to finger snap, will you? One instant moment, I say. This much time I will need you to stop your thought, okay? Okay. What is a thought? What is a mind? There is no difference between thought and mind, isn't it?
Thought arises from mind.
Yes, thought arises from mind, and mind is bundle of thoughts. Without thoughts, there is no mind. Without thought, there is no mind. Now I tell you, and what is mind? I is mind. Mind is past, clinging to past, present, future, clinging to time, clinging to objects is called mind. Where does the mind arise from? I, single. When the I rises, mind rises. Mind rises, senses rises. Senses arises, world rises. Now find out, where does the I rise from? Where does the I rises from? And tell me if you are not quiet. Direct the mind to the source. This is the inquiry. And look at the source. Let the mind face the source for the first time. What is mind? Thought. What is thought? I. Let this I face the source. Now, facing the source is called inquiry. When the I is facing, There it inquires as mirror in front of the mirror is reflecting. When you see the mirror, see your face, a reflection. When you keep aside the mirror, where does the reflection go? Back to the face. So this I is inquiring from its own source, which was reflected in the mind, mind to the senses, senses to the body, and body to the senses, and senses to the objects. This universe is this thing. So let us hold, this is the method of Maharishi, striking at the root of the mind. Everything else, all other methods, ways described by other people who teach any kind of sadhana, any kind of practice, are with the mind. Result will be mental. Or like yoga, physical. Result will be physical. And this is striking at the root of mind instantly. So mind is no more. So facing the eye now, straightway, to its source, this reflection of the eye merge back and become that. And here ends the inquiry. Then the man will feel it was me all along. I had been free all along.
When I went to Papa's feet and I said, my teacher's been saying what you've been saying to me, but something's wrong, and I just said that. You're saying what my teacher's saying. And he said, what does your teacher say? And I said, well, he says to turn the mind onto itself and let it go. And watch the thoughts as they arise. And as they arise, look into the source of the thought and watch it disappear. And he said, yes, it's the same, but you are making a mistake. You're looking into the thoughts, but you're not looking to the source of the thoughts. And, I mean, he said, give me your answer when you look to the source of the thoughts. And I couldn't figure it out anymore. You know, I felt like I cannot figure that out. And I started, you know, tears started running down my cheeks. And he said, very good answer.
When Papaji asked you to look for the source of your thoughts, did you try? Did you feel you knew where to look?
I mean, later somebody asked me that question, and I responded that it didn't seem like it seemed like the first time that there was neither effort nor non-effort. And now that sounds a little stale, but I think that's the only thing I can really say about that, because it was a giving up, but it wasn't like I give up, you know. It was somehow, I really felt his grace. I mean, his looking into my eyes. That's what happened, yeah.
I is mind. Now the question is to go beyond this thought, I thought, find out where does the I arise from. Now, and you are beyond mind now.
It's just not there.
Huh?
It's just not there.
Huh? Not there, just not there. Yeah, again go deeper. So if you don't have any relation, listen, you have done very well. Listen to me, don't get into it. Listen. You still say, it is not just there, no? Yeah, transcend it even this. One half step more, you have to half step beyond. The more you go, the more you will feel happiness. Yes, you will see it now. The more you go, the more you feel happiness because it is fathomless peace. The more you go, you will see happiness and you will know for yourself, and not only you will in love with it, it will fall in love with you. This is the beauty of this thing. Let it fall in love with you now, and you fall in love with it.
I've waited so long for this. I've waited so long for this. It's easy.
Huh?
It's easy.
Yeah, everybody says. Easiest thing is to know thyself. Easiest thing in the world, so say the Upanishads, easiest thing of all is to be in peace, to win enlightenment is the easiest of all. That is what the book of knowledge says. Yeah. Because you have not to do anything, not to go anywhere, it is here and now. Here and therefore you say, everybody say, it was so easy. It was so easy, nobody told me.
And it actually happened, I was sitting with my boyfriend at dinner at the restaurant here, and I step by step looked at what do I call mind. Mind is a sequence of thoughts. What's the first thought? The I thought. So I can collectively call that mind or I. And then Papa says, look for it. See where you can find it. And in less than a second, I can't explain it. It was something reversed and everything stopped and there's no mind. And there never was. It's an idea.
How has it changed your life? For better?
This. Well, that's your answer. And I think Papa makes it very clear. He gives us nothing. That's why this can never be lost. There is no teaching. I mean, if I came looking for freedom, I found out that there wasn't any freedom or any bondage. That's the joke.